How you doing? In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the crop tool. It's going to be fun. Come on. Now the crop tool is located right here. That's it. You can right click for that menu and there it is. Shortcut is C. Click the crop tool and then let's zoom in this ugly car. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Right away, you get this nice turkey border right here. That is the crop tool activated. And when you come to the edges like this, you get that icon, arrow icon, like this one, right? Like this one. So you can, when you hover on the edge, on the corners like this, you can click, drag, like this, and then now you can crop however you feel, right? Great. Let's put this nicely in the center like this. Now, as much as I want to keep cropping this image, right? I want to go ahead and start showing you all its functions, right? So let's start here, right? Now, these right here are the grids, right? Or the grid layout or the grid style, so to say, right? So this one is called rule of thirds. Wow. Rule of thirds look like this, and this one is a grid. That's one we've been viewing now. Diagonal, nice, amazing. All right, now this all depends on what you do or what kind of picture you're working with, right? Great. Triangle, this is how triangle looks like. You have a golden ratio. And then you have golden spiral, right? Now that's a spiral right there. Great. Now down here it says auto show layout, right? Now if you wanted to show in automatically, you know, so it could or could not show depending on the picture. Right here it says always show, so it's gonna always show the layout like this, right? Right here it says never show, so right now as you can see it's gone. Whether it doesn't matter what kind of picture, it's just gone, right? Great, so let's put it back. Let's put it back like this. And now, right here is, well, if you want to go ahead and just randomly use whichever preferred, click here, it's going to change. And you see, oh, it came to this one, right? Again, let's click. Oh, it came to this one again. Oh, it came to that one, right? Great. Now, let's come here again, and then now let's explore about the cycle orientation. Cycle orientation is, well, it's the orientation of the grid, okay? Right now, it looks to me, what should we call this, right-hand side or left side? I don't know. But then when we click here, it's gonna change the orientation, right? We can keep clicking until we get to the desired orientation, see? It will keep changing just like that. You see that? Great. Now let's move on to the settings over here, right? Now the settings right here is the classic, right? Let's just move on here to the one that we all normally use. So use classic mode, where this one is not classic mode. As you can see, it's a little tacky, it's more, you know, it looks nice, very good, right? But if you click here, you're just gonna go back to classic mode, like something very simple, straightforward. It shows it has nice anchors, you know, still do the job though, you know. But then, you know, some of these settings are not there. As you can see, when I zoom in and out, you know, nothing else moves, nothing else does anything else, okay? Great. I don't like this one, so I'm gonna remove it. Right here it says show cropped areas, okay? See this space right here? See this space? Now when I crop like this, okay? You see all this space right here? It's cropped areas, right? It shows right now, I don't know if you can see it, I know you can see that. But if I untoggle this, it's not gonna show the cropped areas, okay, at all, right? Yes, so I wanna see that, so I'm good. Auto center preview. Now. See when I do this, you see that? You see that? Everything is in the center, right? I can see where I'm cropping, right? Right? Great. Come here, say, untoggle this. Now, you see? It's not in the center like that, right? It doesn't really move for me to always see it nicely, right? It's not centered, right? Yes. And now, let's put this back on. And the final one, it says enable crop shield, right? Now, crop shield is just, you see this, you know what, let me just untoggle this so you can see what I'm talking about. Untoggle this. You see right now it's, well, it's not shaded, right? It's not shaded, it's just the same color, right? But then if you want to be sure that this is cropped out, you need to shade it out like that, you know, so that's the shield, all right? Yes, I don't know why I called it shield. This is just say crop shade, all right? Maybe they wanted to say crop shade. I don't know. I'm sorry. Great. Now this is the color of it, right? Yeah, this is the color of it. You can match the canvas like that one, you know, or you can just go ahead and pick your own, like reddish. Okay, like I don't know, white, you know, like blue, you know, yeah. You can go ahead and pick your own color, right? Great. And you can, oh, sorry. Click OK if you're done, if you want this color, right? But then here's the opacity of it, right? How much you want it to show, right? For example, if I want it to show less like that, you know, or if I just don't want it to show at all, it's going to be like 1, right? Or I'm like, you know, just fully just cover everything. I'm going to go 100%, right? So 75% is the default, right? Great. Now, let's bring it back to where it was. No. I'm wrong. Actually, you come up here and then you click this drop down and you say match canvas. This is the default on how it was, right? Great. Now let's move on. Let's come here. Right here we say delete cropped pixels, right? You see this things we talked about, this area right here? It's here now, right? It's here now even though I cropped it, right? But if I delete crop pixels, right, it's gonna make sure this thing is gone, like it's deleted. Okay, let me enable this. You know, in fact, you know what, let me start over. Let me just do this, and then now let me just toggle delete crop areas. Right, great. So now when I'm like zip, like that, like zip, okay, now you see this layer right here. Remember before we didn't have this layer, right? And then we like zip, like that, right? And then we like commit. Now you could see that everything is just gone, deleted. Okay, so you don't want that. You don't want to work destructive, right? Don't be that person who's always working destructive, right? Try to be don't like deleting things, right? Unless your file is just flooded with unnecessary things, then you can start deleting stuff. But then don't be the person who's always deleting things for no reason. No, don't do that. That's working destructive, right? So you're always gonna go back. You're always gonna, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You don't want that. You want to keep going. If you miss something, if you miss a point, you want to go back and fix it just like that, right? So you don't want that, right? Control Z, right? And then untoggle this, delete cropped areas, right? Great. Now, content aware, right? This is amazing, right? This is amazing. Before I show you this though, this is the last, I'm reserving this for last, right? Before I show you this though, I feel like I should just start showing you the free tool, or rather the free, what do we call it? Freehand, right? Freehand. Great. So how to use the freehand? So right now I'm on the tool, right? I'm on the tool like this, right? So let's say I'm not in the tool like that, right? I'm not in the crop tool, right? So obviously if I go to the crop tool, right? The crop tool is gonna activate itself, as you can see. Now it's ready to be used, right? Again, you know, I told you that you can, if you wanna reduce the top part, if you wanna cut off or crop the top part, you can click this one, and now you'd go nicely vertically like this, right? Or should I say horizontally like this, right? And if you wanna go left to right, like use this, right? Or that, right? Great. Now, let's say you are, let's say you do this, right? Obviously there's nothing. So you're like, where should I crop? Like, how do I crop? You know, and you start crying. Don't do that. Don't do that, right? All you do is just find the layer that you want to crop, obviously, and then click. That's it. Now you have the crop tool, you know. You don't have to wait for it to show, you know, before you use it, you know, and start crying. No. Click, and then it's gonna know that, okay, I'm being summoned to work in this particular layer, right? Great. Now you could also click in the middle and move the picture freely, like so, right? The picture. I'm not moving the crop, I'm moving the picture inside. You see that? You see that? Yes, yes, yes. And also when you cropped it down like that, right? Still, you can still click the picture and move the picture itself like that, right? Yeah. So now you could, you know, put the ugly car in the middle. And guys, I'm sorry. Don't hate me. This is one of my favorite cars ever. Like, this is Bugatti. So what do you mean it's ugly? It's not ugly. Look at it. I mean, look at it. What do you mean ugly? This is amazing. Bugatti is like, you know, one of the best. I love it. I love it. So I'm just joking when I say it's ugly. Great. So that is it, right? That is it. Now let's get to the content aware, right? Right. So this one is more, I dare want to say advanced. I dare want to say that, but then there's no work put into it, right? I think it does advanced work, but then you don't need to be advanced. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say it again. It does advanced work on its own, but you don't have to be advanced, right? You just have to be clever. You just have to be attentive, you know? Yes. For example, let's say you have this picture right here, right? Okay, I could say we don't have this area. You see this area? We don't, you know, actually we have this area, okay? I want to make sure this makes sense. We have this picture, right? But then I feel like, you know, I feel like this side, you know, I feel like this side is not really, you know, I feel like the car should be more in the center of the picture, right? So let me just extend this crop just a little bit, maybe just this far, right? Yeah, maybe this far, right? Like, yeah, this far. You see that? That's empty, right? Obviously, that's empty. I come up here and say content aware. You see that? Content aware. And then I click like this. Now, obviously, the computer is gonna generate and, you know, try to find something. And then now, look at that. Now it's gonna fill up with whatever artificial extensions, right? I know it's not very beautiful, but you can always try again and again and again, and it's gonna look nice, right? But then obviously this picture is very, very busy, as you can tell, right? Very busy. So it's not gonna really give the perfect example, right? Great. But I think you see what I'm trying to say here, right? Or you know what? It's fine, it's okay. I'm gonna, from my second screen, I'm sorry. From my second screen, I'm just gonna find a picture that I can just make a clear and quick example of. Okay. How about this one? All right. How about this one? How about we use this one? Lamborghini, right? Click, rasterize, Content aware, and click. And then which side do we want to add? We want to add the left, and we want to add the right, like that, right? And why not a little bit bottom? Commit. And now let's see if it's gonna give us better suggestions, right? Yeah, content aware field. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. Some of these things you just don't have to, work a lot, if you get what I'm saying. Look at that. No, really, look at that. Look at the difference. Everything is added nicely. Like, look at right here and look at down here. It looks like everything was always there. Like, this is the actual picture, right? So before you crack your mind, trying to be extra professional, trying to find matching and mix and match, don't do it. Don't do it. There are tools that are just there to quickly execute, right? Great. Stay with me. I'm gonna teach you all these things, right? Stay with me. Subscribe so you can get as much videos as you need. And yeah, put a comment down and just say something, and then I would say something back, I guess. Yes. So this is the after, Control Z, and this is the before. Okay. Can you see this? Control Shift Z, after. All right. You see the difference now? Before. Let me just close this. Right. Again. After. Before. You see? After. All of that done with a crop tool, nothing else. I didn't, you saw me, right? Everything in the crop tool, right? Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. And in the next video, I'm gonna show you how to use the perspective crop tool, right? So go ahead and click on that video on the pop-up right now, and I will see you in the scroll.